guys, so for today's video I'm going to do this really cute like pink and blue set. I was really inspired by this set of stickers. I was digging through like all my nail supplies. I'm trying to go through like all the charms and like stickers and stuff I have, which is going to take a long time. Because I just don't use a lot of it, so I'm trying to, use it up because I've spent money on it. It's all just sitting there. Um, so I was digging through, looking at stuff, and I saw this set of stickers, and I was like, this is a really cute set of stickers, and I can probably come up with a really cute set for these stickers. So to start off, I'm painting all the nails with Cuffing Season. I believe that is Cuffing Season from Ballpit. I did show it on the screen, so you guys will know I missed it coming up on the screen. I also don't remember which color this is. It's been a few weeks since I have done this set, so I don't remember off the top of my head what it was, but you did see it on the screen. It is linked. It will be linked down below. So I'm just going through. I do 2 coats of this, and I cure each coat for 60 seconds. Now, for the rest of the colors, I'm using the white, blueberry icing, and garden hoe, all from Ballpit. I am going to mix in the white, or mix together the white and garden hoe to get a pastel pink, because on these stickers it is a pastel pink and like a pastel blue. So I wanted to try and mix up a pink that matches pretty closely to the pink that's on the stickers. Because surprisingly enough, I do not have a pastel. I do have a pastel pink, but it wasn't right. Like, garden hoe had the right undertones, and like it was the right color of pink, or like the right shade of pink, but I mean, not the right shade, because I had to make it a lighter shade, but like it had the right undertones and it was the right pink. It just wasn't, pastel enough. Like, that garden hoe is a very like neon type of pink, and I needed a pastel pink, but I needed it to be that pink that garden hoe is, just lighter, you know? So I mixed up some of that to get that the way that I wanted, and then I did wipe down all of the nails with alcohol to remove that sticky layer, because like I always say, the sticky layer does tend to act a little bit like a blooming gel. Doesn't spread out as much as a blooming gel, but it does make it noticeable, like if you do a straight line like I'm doing here. On these 2 nails, I decided to do like that straight across French tip design that is super trendy right now. I actually really like it. And if you struggle with like your typical French tip with the smile line and all of that, whether you do it like the old school French tip or like the modern French tip, where it's like super deep, kind of almondy shape, this is perfect for you, because you just have to draw a straight line across the nail. I know sometimes that can be a little tricky and can be a little intimidating for beginners, but just use like a 12 millimeter or longer liner brush to get that straight line, and you should be good. The longer the liner brush, the better it is for doing straight lines, because it does absorb any kind of shakiness that you are experiencing. Also, the longer brush, like on a short nail like this, it's going to cover more surface in one go, whereas I think I used a 9mm for this. I might have used a 12 actually. I can't remember. But you know, if you use a shorter brush, you don't cover as much surface. So that's why a longer liner brush is better. But I just use that to draw that line across, and then I go in with the white and fill the rest of that in. I think I only did one coat of that. And then I cured it for 60 seconds. And then after it was cured, I did wipe it off with alcohol again to remove the sticky layer off the white, since I decided I was going to do some plaid on the French tips there. I also did plaid on the pinky and the thumb, but after finishing this whole set, I kind of regretted that and wish I would have done the little French tip design on those 4 nails instead, but I'll get to that later on. So, like I said, I decided I wanted to do plaid on these French tip nails. And going into this set, I didn't know what exactly I was going to do. I just knew I wanted to do something that would match the stickers. So somehow I ended up on doing plaid. I've really been liking plaid nails here recently, and there's like so many different types of plaid. Like you can have, I don't know, regular plaid, I guess, like kind of what I'm doing. I mean, it's not really regular plaid what I'm doing, but like I've done so many plaid nails for fall. So like plaid like that. There's also like gingham, which is like a plaid pattern. It's just a little different. There's the ones where they go like diagonally instead of horizontally and vertically. That's like argyle or something, right? I don't know. There's just so many different types of plaid you can do. So many very different variations and stuff. And I've been loving all of them. I keep seeing lots of plaid nails on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, I love this. Anyhow, decided to do plaid, and I did it similarly to how I usually do plaid. Like, if you've ever watched any of my fall videos where I pretty much do plaid all the time for all of my fall videos. I don't know why. But I have several different plaid videos for fall. So I'm doing it basically kind of the same style as that, except for I'm not doing like that white horizontal line and the white vertical line and then outlining it with the black. I am just doing those outlines with, I did pink on the ring nail and blue on this pointer nail here, which is a little difficult to see because the colors are so light, and whenever I do white nails, like my phone camera has such a hard time like focusing, and like it all gets blown out and really hard to see because of the white and like the starkness of the white. So it's a little difficult to see because of the colors that I chose, and it's also a little difficult to see because I am doing a terrible job at staying in frame. I don't know, I've been struggling with that here a lot recently, and I keep like moving the tripod that I like have my phone on. I keep moving it around to try and get it right, and I just, for some reason, I keep being out of frame really bad. And I know I was really bad at that when I first started, and I got a lot better at it Now I'm bad at it again, and I like keep trying to adjust the tripod and like the camera and how far I have it zoomed out and everything, and yet I always end up out of frame for a good chunk of these videos, which is really annoying. So I don't know, I am struggling for some reason and I can't figure out why. I'll figure it out eventually. But anyhow, once I got the first set of lines done, I did go ahead and cure for 60 seconds, and then I went in and I did the accent lines with the opposite color. So on this nail I did the blue, on the blue nail I did the pink, and then cured that for 60 seconds. Also, the first set of lines that I didn't flash cure in between doing each line. I did leave them all wet. If you are more comfortable with flash curing in between, you obviously can do that. I personally don't like to do that because I don't like the little bump that comes when you cure the first line and then overlap it with the second line, and where they intersect you do get that lump because that is two separate layers, whereas if you leave everything wet they do level out and like melt into each other, so it's all like one surface, you know, if that makes sense. So those were all uncured until I got them all done, and then same with the accent lines here. They were uncured until I got both of those lines on, and then once I got them on, I did go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. And then I actually sat off camera for probably 10 minutes trying to figure out what to do on the rest of these nails. Any design that I was thinking of, I was like, I don't really like it. I don't know. I also tried looking on like Instagram and Pinterest to try and get some ideas, and I don't know. I was struggling a little bit to try and figure it out because like I wanted it to make sense and match with the stickers, but I also needed it to make sense and match with like, you know, the plaid French tips that I did. So ultimately I just ended up deciding to do plaid on the entire nail instead of like doing a French tip design. So I just did the plaid the same way that I did on the French tips. You can see it a little better here because this is a bigger nail. Also, I'm doing it on the entire nail instead of just on this little area of the nail. Also, these nails are not white, so hopefully I'm staying in frame a little better as well. But anyhow, I did the same. Oh my gosh, there's like something stuck in my throat. Anyhow, I did the same kind of plaid, same process. Leave all the stripes white until, or not white, leave all the stripes wet till I'm ready to cure. Then I will cure for 60 seconds. I did pink here on the thumb and blue on the pinky just to, because the pointer is mainly blue with the pink accent, and so I didn't want the thumb to also be blue, so it's like blue heavy on one side and pink heavy on the other side, you know, try to kind of balance out the set a little bit, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's how I did that. I forgot I did all of the stripes the same color. I didn't do like the little accent stripes here in a different color, or like it, for this nail be blue, and then on I did it all pink on this nail and then blue on the other, which was an interesting design choice. I don't know why I did it that way, but I do kind of like it. It just kind of, it looks like a funky kind of tic-tac-toe board almost. It all being the same color instead of like being a different color. But also I really like it. It's fun. It's different. But like I said, I kind of wish I would have done something else on these two nails. Or I at least wish I would have done the French tips on all four of these nails instead of doing like this full nail plaid. But like I said, I was struggling trying to figure out what to do on these ones, and I was like, well, I already have plaid, so I'll just do some more plaid. I don't think that was the best decision, but I don't know. It ended up being fine in the end, but I don't know. I think I should have. I do wish I would have done it a little bit differently. Now I'm just going in and wiping the nails off again with some alcohol to remove the sticky layer, because I am going to be using those stickers from the beginning, the whole reason why I did this set. And stickers don't stick well to the sticky layer. They just kind of slip and slide around, and then they do tend to try and pop up and like peel away from the nails. So if you are doing stickers, you want to make sure you're removing that sticky layer or the inhibition layer so that your stickers actually stick on to the nails. I also didn't know what stickers I was going to use for any of this, so I'm just kind of sitting here trying to figure out what I was going to do. I decided for the French tip nails I was going to add bows to them. There were these really cute blue bows on this sticker sheet that I thought would go really well with those nails, and like really good right there on the French tip line. And it kind of makes it look like, you know, when you're a kid and you have those little tank tops, and they have like the little bow right there in the middle. It kind of looks like one of those, like one of those little shirts that has just that one singular bow in the middle and it's really small. At least that's what it was reminding me of. And I thought it was super cute. And then I was looking and I'm like, I don't know what other stickers to use for this. I wanted to use the flowers because they were pink and that would bring in the pink with the stickers. And then I used the blue bows, so I felt like it made sense because I, painted the pink to match the stickers. I decided to put a teddy bear on the middle nail here, which I think is super cute. And then again, going through looking at the stickers, trying to see if I felt like any of them would fit with like the plaid nails or put any more around the teddy bear, but I just wasn't feeling it. And I'm like, I did this whole set based off of these stickers, and I used 3 of them, and none of them have pink on them. Even the bow on the bear. Actually, I think the bow on the bear might be pink. I was thinking it was blue, but I'm kind of seeing it here on screen, and I'm thinking it's pink. Yeah, the bow on the bear is pink, but I'm like, ugh, I needed more of the pink stickers used because, I mean, you can't really see the bow on that bear and see that it's pink unless you're up close looking at it, but you can see that those bows stickers on the other nails are blue, so I don't know. I think I needed to plan this out a little more, but also that's not really my thing to plan out nails, so whatever. I just went in with my shiny top coat from LGN, applied that to all of the nails, and then cured it for 60 seconds. However, I do kind of wish I would have done matte. I think these nails would have looked a little better matte. I always feel like plaid always looks better matte versus being shiny, but my go-to is always shiny, and I went with shiny for this. And I do kind of wish I would have done matte because here's the finished result, and they're cute. They are super cute, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I feel like matte would have just enhanced them a little bit. And like I said, I do wish that on the thumb and the pinky I would have done this. There is separation on that top coat and that pointer nail. I am seeing that now. Anyhow, I wish I would have done the French tip on those other 4 nails because I really like how that looks. I really like how it came out with the plaid and everything. It is super cute. And then this plaid, I do like the way I did the plaid on the pinky and the thumb. I don't know, for this set in particular, I just don't feel like it fits in very well. I should have done the French tip with the plaid on those 2 nails and then just have like the teddy bear in the middle. Also, low-key, this set is kind of giving like gender reveal / baby shower vibes, which was not what I was going for. Because like I said, I was going based off of the stickers and trying to make a set based off of the stickers, and it ended up being like baby shower gender reveal type of vibes, which is super cute, and these would be super cute for like a gender reveal or a baby shower or whatever. But that was not the intended vibes of this set. But like I said, I think it is super cute overall. Would change a couple things. It would change the pinky and the thumb for sure if I were to do this again. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.